Welcome
Wow.
back.
What's up, Matt?
Man, what is up right now? The ceiling, and it will be for a while.
Yeah, yeah. There,
So,
just update, nothing new with me.
yeah,
How about you?
same, same. No, I've been trying to keep productive, trying to work, trying to live best we can right now. Um, but yeah, nothing's really new to report. I've watched a couple random movies here and there, and
Yeah,
that's
what do you
been fun.
watched?
I rewatched The House of the Devil,
Uh,
Ty West, 2010, 2009, I think.
Let me just see. I think I've seen that.
Oh,
I gotta look
so
up some
good.
screenshots. Keep talking about it.
So good. It's this kind of 80s set film about a college student who's a babysitter, or she's going to take a babysitting job. It's a real weird kind of ad, and the whole phone interactions she has with the person trying to hire someone is kind of bizarre. And there's just a lot of kind of there's like a weird sort of backstory, that's revealed and stuff within the couple and the house. And it's a cool movie, man. It's really good. It was cool. I watched it about 10 years ago, so rewatching it was a good long while since I'd seen it. So kind of felt fresh again in a way,
Hmm.
but really enjoyed it. Great movie. Would definitely recommend.
I haven't seen this. I've seen something that has a similar. Uh, I don't remember what it's called. In the next episode, I'll tell you. But uh, looking through the pictures, this looks awesome. This is like what the movie I wanted to watch, but I never. But I forget what the movie's called that I saw. But this looks great. I'd love to see
Oh
this.
yeah, I bet you'd like it. It's on Shutter. I'm doing that whole Shutter thing right now.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that was good. You can get the free 30-day promo for Shutter. So
How
check it
much
out.
is the regular subscription?
I think it's like 5.99 or something a month.
It's a deal.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. If you're a horror fan, there's so much of it on there that I never even, that's not even been on my radar. So,
Oh, I figured out what the movie was.
oh,
It's
cool.
called We Are Still Here.
Oh, dude, that's an awesome. Yeah, I like that movie a lot too,
So
actually.
it has a very similar poster to House of the
Yes.
Devil, and I always get them
Yeah, the
confused.
font, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's it. I own that one on Blu-ray. The We Are Still Here. That's a good one.
Yeah, very, very weird. But
And
now,
funny
okay.
enough, real quick, the producer of it is, I think, a producer on both of them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
What's his name? Larry Fessenden?
Uh,
Fessenden. He's good. He's in We Are Still Here too. He's kind of the hippie husband in it.
oh,
Got
okay.
the long brown hair, I think. But
So
but yeah,
House of the Devil, I'm gonna add that to my watch. Maybe I'll do that Shutter trial.
oh, dude, definitely. You should. Definitely should.
The only
And
thing, the,
you watch anything?
yeah, the only thing I watched, it's certainly not VOD. It was a little movie called Transformers 5: The Last Night. Um, uh, honestly, I I really loved that movie. I loved it when I saw it. I don't love it for the story. I think the story is just ridiculous, but I love the special effects. The um, like the way if you have it on Blu-ray or if you even saw it in theaters, um, the aspect ratio changes like every other scene, but it actually works.
Yes.
Because it's
Yes.
like
I
I don't
remember
have
that.
I don't have a 4K TV, but when those go into that IMAX aspect ratio, it looks like my TV is like 4K. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, dude, I feel I actually watched that one on Amazon Prime a year or two ago. That was how I saw the fifth one.
Mm,
Um, I'd seen them all, and now I've seen all of them except for the Bumblebee movie.
mm.
Um, but that one was crazy. The last night, the one you're talking about, just
Yeah.
wild. Super long, runtime, which is fine. Um, Lots of action, lots of cool action actually. Yeah, like you said, really cool effects. Digital effects were Yeah, really impressive, especially when they would do slow-mo or, that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not into the whole Michael Bay's storyline of the Transformer movies. Never really
Yeah, yeah.
pulled me in as much, but no, there's some really cool stuff visually. I completely agree. And Anthony Hopkins, dude,
Oh, and he's probably the best part of that whole film. Uh,
totally,
and
totally.
I got a soft spot for Mark Wahlberg. I can't deny it.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't he drink was it Bud Light? No, Bud Light in number
Yeah,
4, I think.
yeah. And then he, in number five, he makes this robot be able to like go to the fridge and pick him and like deliver him a Bud Light.
That's right. I forgot about that. Well, real quick as well, I watched a film called Cooties.
Mm, I've
It's
wanted to
got a
see
lot of
that.
good. Oh man, cannot recommend it enough. I'm a huge fan of that movie. It is just so good.
That's got
So
Frodo and Dwight in it.
Frodo and Dwight, and there is a Hobbit joke in the film
Oh, that's
that is
awesome.
made from Dwight to Frodo. And it's
Oh
you could tell it
shit.
was improv. You could tell it was improv, and it just worked. And they were just like, okay, yeah, this is awesome. Uh, Also, Adam from Saw, Lee Winnell. Um, sorry, I butchered his name. Uh, he directed Insidious 3. He wrote
Hmm.
the first Saw movie. He wrote the Insidious movies. He wrote this movie too, and he has a supporting role in it, and he's very funny. And yeah, I just cannot recommend that one enough. I think it's VOD technically because it came out 5, 6 years ago, and I
I
don't think it
actually
had.
remember I remember when that came out. That was like when, we were doing like Blu-ray stuff and I remember seeing people like picking it up and I'd never heard about it. I think it did go directly to DVD.
Yeah, I think it had to have because I feel like I would have. I was keeping up with it during pre-production and sort of following it, and I feel like I would have known if it went to theaters because I probably would have tried to go see it.
Maybe it went to select theaters.
Yeah, I bet it had like maybe L.A., New York premiere or something.
Yeah. And where did you check that out on?
That one I actually have on Blu-ray.
Ooh, physical media. There we go.
Yep, you got it. Gotta support it. When it came
You've
out, got to get it.
you got to get got.
I, Real quick too, I watched the original Puppet Master.
That so I have seen that, and uh, I don't think I was ready when I watched it. I'd like to rewatch the Puppet Master films now because I didn't really get the first one. I thought I was kind of like thrown off, but now that I kind of have like a more acquired taste for like lower budget stuff, I'd like to revisit that.
Yeah, and you've seen some other full moon since, so I feel like you probably dig it. It's a weird movie, but I've definitely grown to really enjoy it in a weird way. I mean, there's a really some bizarre sequences and characters and stuff, but I think that almost adds to like this odd, out of left field charm, with the little blade puppet and all the puppets and stuff. And it's just such a
Yeah.
weird little world of movie, but I've grown to like it, and I've grown to be like, oh, this is cool. Like I'll check it out again and at some point watch the sequels.
Yeah, well that's one reason why I kind of want to watch them is because I like Tubi and shit. Like there's so many fucking Puppet Master movies and I would
Yeah,
love to have sit here and tell and like say that I've seen all the Puppet Master films.
they're fun. There's like all of them. They're different. Some of them start in the first one takes place in I think like 1939, and they explore a lot of different time periods too. A lot of World War II stuff, obviously, but um, yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on them if you watch them. And I
Well,
think they do have most of them on there.
first I gotta finish. I never watched anything past the first transfers, and I have them on my queue, and I think I'm gonna probably watch those first, but then I'll
Yes,
watch Puppet Master.
good choice. Good choice.
So you picked the movie for this episode, um, and I keep wanting to say Between Two Ferns, but it Between the Trees. So why don't you start this one off?
Okay, guys. Here we go. Huddle up. Um, Between the trees. Hut. A hike. No. 2018, 2019 sort of release for this movie. It's a IMDb classifies it as a thriller. I'd say it's a horror thriller kind of.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe a little bit of drama too, for sure. Directed by Brad Douglas, writer Sam Clarick, uh, stars Greg James, Michael Draper, Johnny Lee, Dan Kyle. Lots of people in this one, huh? Um, Actually, there's not a lot of people when you really think about it. It's just about these four friends, okay? So I'll just read the synopsis on IMDb so I don't dig myself into a hole here. Um, Steve, suffering from a collapsing marriage, invites his three closest friends on a weekend retreat to the mountains, only to discover his real troubles are in the trees that surround them.
Mm.
So you can watch this on Amazon Prime. You could watch this on Tubi TV. I'm sure you could find a DVD of it or something. So uh, we watched it on Tubi, Tim and I.
Yes. And before you go into your thoughts, I just wanted to say the poster on Tubi is different than the poster that's on IMDb. And
Very
I
true.
kind of wish the poster on IMDb was on Tubi. Uh, but with that said, I do think that both of them are very like eye-catching, and they would both make me want to watch the film. But thought that was interesting.
Wait, which one do you like better though of the two posters? I'm scrolling between the two of them right now.
The one on IMDb.
You like the one on IMDb better?
Hell yeah, the one with the dude about to like hit him with the butt of the gun.
Yeah, yeah, you can tell those are the two guys actually from the film. The other one is more of a graphic, maybe like a teaser or like a concept.
Yeah.
The one on Tubi, that is. Yeah, I kind of like the Tubi one's colors more personally. Um, but I agree though. I like the imagery of the IMDb one more.
Yeah.
If there was a way to stylize the IMDb one with the colors of the Tubi one, I think that would be
That would have been
ace,
awesome.
like perfect.
Yeah, agreed.
But no, that's cool. It's cool that they have two. I mean, some films don't even have one poster.
Yeah, I wonder which came first.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a weekend of fun, is the tagline on the Tubi poster.
And then on the IMDb one,
Which,
it was there are no friends in the forest.
huh? It's interesting, huh?
Yeah. So what was your thoughts on it?
Oh my gosh. So I was into it. It's my type of film in a sense that I really like the focus on the characters, the friends. Um right off the bat you're introduced to what was his name? Steve? Was that right? Yeah, Steve is the guy that's having marriage troubles. And you open up with him and his wife talking and him leaving for the retreat. I thought that was a cool way to kind of set the seriousness of the movie. You know that this guy's already going through something. Him with his buddies as they're talking, all this stuff kind of starts getting revealed. And it's all in a pretty short runtime too. It's only like 70-minute movie.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, I was into it because I was like, I could get behind like, sort of the, I wouldn't say character study, but like like a weekend recap of like four friends going out and you're just sort of following them. And some characters were more likable than others. There's sort of some plots, twists and turns that happen as the movie goes, but I liked it. I was entertained for 70 minutes. There was a couple things I didn't see coming. Surprised by. Effects are kind of more minimal, I felt like overall.
Hmm.
Uh, Less of them in terms of like graphic gore and stuff. But that's fine. Some funny moments too. There's some good humor between the characters and also in the bar scene with the
Oh yeah.
bartender. That was a pretty fun scene.
Yeah,
Um,
I gotta echo a lot of things you're saying. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the runtime. I felt like it could have even been an hour long, and it would still have been a very effective film. I think they covered all the ground that they needed to cover. Um, I thought the chemistry between the guys all felt really natural. I'm with you on like all the jokes and stuff. It was not ill-timed. Um, Potentially, I would say maybe towards the end, it was a little ill-timed, but I felt like the way they ended it with on like kind of like a funnier note kept that like like, for for me, this reminded me of a cross between like uh, any of those cabin films, um, and then also Wrong Turn. Um, and to me, I felt like those films, they always do have like a little bit of a lighter note to it, like Cabin Fever, still kind of funny the whole
yeah,
time throughout. So
right.
that ending and then ending with that like metal song at the end reminded me of like this was supposed to be a love letter to those type of films. Like you could really tell like there was a lot of scenes that you've seen before, like paying homage to that. And I just felt like these people came together and made a movie that, you know, they didn't worry about trying to be overly, trying to do too much than what were able to do. I think the prosthetic makeups looked really good on the creepy people who live in the woods. Um,
Right.
and overall, I thought it grabbed me. I totally didn't see certain things coming, and I really liked starting the movie in blind. You don't find out what the trouble in the marriage was until the very end. So it kept you kind of wondering, and the twists certainly kept me on my toes.
Dude, yeah, no, I think that that's a good way of putting it, and I think that'll be it for the episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great night. No. Um, no, that's a really good, like, I don't know, just good points all around. Obviously, we were agreeing with each other about it, and I do think, without, every film has its faults, and we're not going to dwell on those because that's not what we do. But I do think, at the end, it does throw you off a little bit. Um, there's sort of a few moments that you feel like the film is ending or that it's the final
Mm,
scene kind of, and then what ends up happening is, no, there's like another scene introduced after that, maybe in a different location, or with a different character or something. um,
yeah.
so that sort of threw me off, like, pacing wise. But again, that it's like a nitpick. It's just, it's something near the end of the film. There's films I also love that have that happen too, where it's kind of like a fake out, and you're like, oh, I thought that was gonna be the ending, but then there's still like maybe 10 minutes left. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's not a deal breaker, of course.
No,
It's
because I
just something
felt
I took note
like
of.
what those scenes were after you kind of like got past like the false ending thing. Like I didn't mind them. I thought they were kind of like funny, kind of cool. Um, but just yeah, a little bit like weirdly edited together, and I felt like the whole movie leading up to those false endings was really strongly edited, strongly paced, and all that. And then those just felt like tack on scenes of like, you know, not actually needed. And you actually
Right, right.
could have those be deleted scenes that, if you wanted to watch an alternate ending, that would be it. But uh, I have one question. Uh, I am totally on board with having these um, rednecks in the woods hunting them for no reason. I'm totally okay with that. I'm on board. Uh, I don't need to know why. I don't need to. I don't need it. But my one question is, I understood everything except for two things: the rash boils thing on Sam's neck. Wait, that's his name, Sam, right?
Yeah,
Steve,
Steve.
Steve, yeah. On Steve's neck, he started growing this like rash, and even one of his friends is like, "Dude, you don't look too good."
Yeah, he's like, you don't look good. Yeah.
What was that?
That's a good question. I almost wondered if it was something. I don't know. I was getting this vibe throughout it too that there could have been something like spiritual or haunting like in the woods, but then I was kind of like, no, I think it's just like the crazies calling out, doing a howl or some kind of monstery noise. Um, but I almost wondered at first if it was like haunted or something. But
Mm.
I think I don't know if it was like a stress thing or maybe he rubbed up against some kind of ivy. Um, I'm like, I don't know actually. It looked cool. Like it didn't look bad. It looked cool on screen. Um,
It looked great and it looked gross, but like
yeah, exactly. It looked like
the
it was
meaning
gonna
behind
pop
it.
and like pus was gonna go all over the place or something.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for like some like is it a viral thing and that's what caused those people in the woods to look the way they look. Like maybe there is
Right.
something in the woods, but uh 'cause like it isn't in like Wrong Turn, it's the no, that's a Cabin Fever. The water supply makes you all like fucking crazy. I don't know.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe it's something like that, but and then my other question was just like the significance of the piano theme because it happens in the way beginning and it happens at the end, and they're both like, the camera hunkers down to like make sure we're all watching him play piano. And I was just wondering what the significance, if you picked up any like
Yeah, see,
significance
I,
in
I
that.
was wondering the same thing because I'll be honest with you, that was one of the moments where I was like, this is the final scene. That's
Yeah.
it. That's over. When it faded out, I was like, okay, that's the end of the movie. So yeah, I don't know. I wondered because maybe it had something to do with him at the bar starting to play the piano, and then that one guy called him like a name,
Hmm.
and you remember that whole thing. So I almost was wondering if it was supposed to be like an extension of that where he's sort of I don't know, getting completion or payback or
That
finishing
could
what he started. I don't
That
know.
sounds right. I mean, it's obviously something like he's the most insecure of them all, and like they all rag on him. And when he plays that song in the bar, he gets like made fun of. So maybe it's like in his time of death, he plays the one thing that he thought was, like was like comfortable to him.
Right,
Uh,
right.
it did add a nice cinematic touch to that scene though, because they dubbed in like the studio version of him playing piano, and it was nice. It was like all silent, like you didn't hear him cry or anything. It was just like they just segued into the audio of the piano. Um,
Right,
it
right.
was it was it was cool.
Yeah, it was. There was some interesting and good choices made in terms of I mean writing wise, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to carry a film with some single locations and good acting, and I think that they succeeded overall. It's a hard thing to pull off. Limited
I
budget, I imagine.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I like the use of drones. I like the use of, you were mentioning earlier, the day for night stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I really like that. How it was shot, some of the outdoor stuff. It had a good kind of the way it was colored or shot, obviously a mix of both. I'm not a visual person, but it made it believable. Like I thought very believable. Like style wise, I was like, that looks really cool. It almost feels like um, just that not quite black and white, but it had this dreary feel to it from how it was like a little bit grayed in a sense, and I wouldn't think that it was daytime, for how it looked. I was like, this looks cool.
Yeah, I was totally convinced until you brought it up, and I was like, oh shit. Like, it was really convincing. Looked good.
I'm just saying, I think it was day for night. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but it looked like to me, um, regardless, it was well lit, well shot, so it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Good
was really cool.
good choice, man.
Oh yeah,
I really dug this.
thanks, man. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it too. Um, and did you have a new pick?
I do. I do. Um, it was tough picking because I actually logged back into Tubi and found my queue, and there's a lot of good shit in here. But I am going to pick uh this movie called Blood Widow. It's from 2014, according to Tubi. Um, and the poster is what got me. Uh, it's got this like this Jabberwocky looking person with like two not like knives in their hands and chains and shit hanging from the ceiling. Um, I just think that poster looks awesome. The tagline is "Die in Silence," so it looks like we're gonna be. It's like a like a killer. Oh, here's the thing. Before throwing a wild party in the country, a few friends explore an abandoned school next door, rousing an emotionally damaged killer.
Oh, ooh,
Sign
I
me
like
up.
that poster. I like that poster.
Yeah, that poster is sick.
Yeah, it's got the hair and the wind look too. You see the little strands of hair
Oh
on
yeah.
the right side, it's kind of flailing. I think that's hair, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, dude, that's like the classic
It's a
hero
really
shot.
it's a really nice poster. Really nice image.
A
Um
little unsettling too, a little creepy in a way.
yeah.
Like it makes me feel a little uneasy looking at that. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know
whole
about
like
this.
Jabberwocky mask thing is pretty creepy.
Yeah, I mean, and I wanted to bring up real quick, depending on how, quickly we get this episode up and viewed, there is, according to IMDb Pro, a Blood Widow 2 that's in development.
Oh wow. Wow.
And what it says on Blood Widow 2, where is it? It disappeared. Did they just remove it? Oh no, here it is.
You
It
heard it
says
here,
in
real time.
development.
They just deleted the whole production.
Blood Widow 2 is not happening. No. It's saying you're there, right? You hear me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, it's saying that it would be called Blood Widow 2 or Blood Widow Lives. And it's
Oh.
also the it was pitched in 2017, so I don't know what's going on with this, but it says Blood Widow has been forced from her dark dwelling. She now seeks revenge on the
Ooh.
women associated with her twisted childhood.
Oh shit. Well, looks like we have the potential to do Blood Widow 1 and 2 here.
Yeah, hopefully they're working on it. That would be awesome. I mean, it's a cool poster too for the second one, dude.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this Blood Widow on Tubi. And you got any other plugs of movies or artists that you think people should support right now or anything like that, Tim?
Uh no, I think I mean if any musical artists that you like are doing live streams, go watch those if they're selling merch and shit and you can afford to support them, do that. If there's a movie that you want to see, um, and you can't get it on Amazon Prime or Netflix or whatever your streaming service is, shell out the $4 and rent it. Don't go on like fucking Mega Video and like watch it. Try to
Agreed.
support
Good
where
call.
you can.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's hard right now. So many of people are kind of out of work slash going to be out of work for a little while now, depending on what sort of happens in the next couple weeks. But um, a beautiful thing too is Tubi has a lot of great independent filmmakers that I'm aware of and friends with or talk to or work for, and some of their films are on Tubi. And even if you can't directly give them money or you're not able to, you can still stream their films legally on sites like that, and they will get some hopefully little kickback from uh, revenue and money from streaming. So hopefully support where you can pretty much right now because so many people are going to be struggling here for a while. A
Yeah.
lot of filmmakers I know are starting to do remasters of films. I just got brought on to something I'm going to help do new sound design for like a remaster of somebody's movie. So I'll post more about that or share more about that as it's happening so you can support them. Um, so things like that, to help out. Do your best.
Totally agree, man. And also,
So,
if you if you aren't if you aren't looking for VOD stuff, Tubi also has some really popular bigger titles as well. They just got Yoga Hosers, um,
oh hell yeah!
which I kind of enjoyed.
I'm such
So
a Yoga Posers fan. That's so good.
so yeah, so checking all that shit.
It's a good movie though. Like it's like if you know what you're getting into and stuff, it's funny and it's fun.
Oh yeah, I it also just builds the universe. It's still, like I like it. All right,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
As always, thank you so much for joining again on this. I'm really happy to be back making episodes with you, talking about movies. Couldn't be better.
Oh, 100%, man. Thanks so much. I got to get back to it. Of course, more work to do, but I super duper love doing this. I'm so thankful that you like this and inviting me on to um, talk about movies. What could be better right now, especially. So, thank you, Tim. And until next time, um,
Stay,
VOD, EOD. Stay
stay
pod.
inside. Yeah.
Stay inside. Yeah.
God damn it.
Don't go out. No,
All right,
thank you,
man.
Tim. Have a good rest of the day.
You too. I'll see you in the next one.
Definitely see you then.
All right. Bye.